both came from broken homes, really shattered homes, guns being pointed at heads. My mother told me, you're worthless, you're a filthy pig, you're just like your father, you're gonna be alone your whole life, no one's ever gonna love you. So we moved to Hawaii together and we got married and started a family together. My wife was Seventh-day Adventist, I was a Methodist, but it was very loose Christianity. It wasn't really, there was really no salvation experiences until someone at her work, who was always smiling and happy, I asked him why he was always happy, and he witnessed to me. And so I took Maria to church, and we went to church at like midnight. It was so late and we didn't think anybody would be there, but they were there, the lights were on, and they were still praising the Lord. And we kind of looked at each other and just were shocked. And we went in and she got saved that very first night. We went to church for 16 years in Hawaii, and we left, and in the middle of moving multiple disasters happened. We were leaving Hawaii hurt. We'd been hurt by somebody really important to us. And so when we came here, we were practically homeless. We'd been sleeping on people's floor for 6 months. We had reached a point where we just said, that's it, we're not going to church anymore. We never turned our backs on God. We just couldn't find a church that we really liked, and we gave up looking.
Israel was maybe a junior or sophomore, but he had befriended a boy named Joe, and so we would take Joe home on occasion. Then Joe invited Israel to church.
So I think Israel had been going to church for about 5 or 6 months, and we're very protective over our kids. And so for one of our kids to come home and tell us they're going to get baptized at another church that we've never been to, and no less a Russian church, and for us to be okay with that is a testament to the youth at Church of Truth, because they had impressed us so much that we were willing to give our son to them, basically, and say, okay, baptize our son. And that's our first real experience with Church of Truth, was our son being baptized at Lake Merwin. At that point for me, I said, okay, I'll visit this church. I'm intrigued. I kind of like what I see, but I'm not going to become a member. I'm not going back to church. I started, going to a service here and a service there, and the first service that really impacted me was Roman speaked about Jeremiah 33:3, I think it was, about I will show you things that you've never seen, I will tell you things you've never heard, and I will take you places you've never been. And I remember that sermon from our pastor really impacted me. I mean, everything we've been through, it really is, it's a love story. Everything we've been through, and how we felt, and how hurt we were. And for me, I love the Lord, and I know you do too. And for us to say, I'm not ever going back to church, was very hard for us. And now to look at our life, how completely changed it is. We were coming home from church like 2 weeks ago, and Maria said, how did we get here? How did we end up in this place? Our friends are all different. We live in a different house. Everything in our life I'm starting a business. I mean, just everything about our life has changed. And it's not like something we did. If I could say one thing to anybody out there, it would be, it doesn't matter where you are, who you are, what you've been through, how bad you've messed up. The past is a check that's already been cashed. God is all about the future. You think he's worried about what you did or what happened 5 years ago? He's focused on the future. He's saying, come on, let's go, get up, let's go. I got big things for you. I want to use you. I got people out there waiting for you to preach a sermon to them, to witness to them. He is not worried about the past. And God can take nothing and breathe into it and turn it into something amazing and use it for his kingdom. I don't care how hopeless it seems. Don't look back, look forward. Don't look down, look up. Don't rely on yourself, rely on God. And don't forget that this isn't about anything else but your relationship with Jesus and God. That's all it is. That's what it's about. It's a love affair.